Before Suhun could even do anything after flying up, yellow streak of Lai was shattered by Kwon NG2, leaving him completely stunned. Holy crap, said disappointedly. This isn't Lee Heavenly Gate opening. Heat 8 clearly just Heavenly Gate blinking. Back then, telling me to go all really got me fired up. Kwon the ITU stood below and called aw, Suwon, see top floating in D Sakai and Kamesumem. Kwenju silently asked, Xitem, how long can this severing of heaven and earth last this time? Xitem replied, since they already have experience from last time, eating on tea last as long, probably about half a month. Holding red crystal, Kwen Nenju said, fortunately, Li Shura battlefield rewards were issued to me before E-connection was cut. I just done T know what this spirit soil ID key used foe. Xitem explained, spirit soil, also known as Jinkala, ID a condensed form of Li earth element, planting spirit herbs in 8 fu 1 day ID equivalent to a year 8 growth. Furthermore, eat IDT an excellent catalyst fui evolution of earth type sacred beasts. Kwon Tayu thought to himself, Jinkala, I've come to another world, so why am I still hearing this ancient vocabulary? Kwen Yu excitedly flattered Li Xim, oh Yuao, like Xi Tam that once tried to drive me to my death on Daiki battlefield actually knows how to give such precious gifts. I wonder what my beloved Xi Tam will give me for achieving wit no martial virtue title. I am so looking forward to it. He. Xim displayed a notification, do you are my adopted son after all. If I done T dote on you, who else would I dote on? Ding. Seeing as like host has shown no martial virtue, a hidden reward ID being specially issued to weak host. A shimmering ancient warship appeared before Quartha Kuko Guardawa. Ancient warship, Quentisu exclaimed in surprise, a warship. Looking closely at E's small Mawan in his hand, he asked, Ami En. Quan the GTU saw a tiny figure on a key deck. Holy crap, there ain't someone there. Leaky Deep B Lu figure on D-Sip smiled warmly and said, welcome, Loaf Tun. Heat stared and added, get on Li P Seep, darling. Quan Thinjig Tuu was sucked directly into E small seep by a beam of light. Then he landed heavily on E key deck, looking as cun as a Power Ranger. Quan the Kenjisu stood up and looked around, wondering, so, I am on IE seep now. Where I deek wee person who just called me Captain. Quan the Get2 opened D door and stepped inside. P space inside this small CPD actually this large. Quenning 2 saw something unfamiliar. Huh, what ID this? In front of him was a MID each circle, this ID in energy formation. Quen the Injitao grinned and held up a B loose stone, saying, let 8 try using a hexagram spirit stone and see what happens. Leak energy was sucked dry in an instant, causing Tai to panic. Holy crap, he drained 8 in a split second. Leak energy in this one stone IDE equal to 100 TEP grade spirit stones from my Starfall continent. Determined, Quen G2 began pouring in his secret stash. Quite this much fuel consumption. Key power must be immense. Little one, your new cop teen doesn't have much else, but I certainly have plenty of money. Smee your true strength. Sub shook violently, and Quan Chu said, huff, T-date started. Outside, Key Small Sep was positioned right beneath Suin 8 feet. Suin asked in a daze, why did he Sect Master suddenly disappear? Oh, where did this small boat come from? Huhan was startled when Li boat began to glow and grow larger. Li ancient warship began to expand immensely at an astonishing speed. Huhan stood watching I gigantic boat soaring high into East Kai. Yuao. Quenthinichu stood proudly on Tav giant warship. He smiled and though, as expected of a divine artifact, after recognizing it, he immediately transmitted all its energy directly into my brain. Haha, I knew right away it wasn't just a simple boat. Quentu looked into lead distance, our destination IDEE star. Then GC warship, breakthrough Lipi void. P-Sep shot forth, creating a streak of B Lu Lai that tore through space. A disciple of Quenth NG2 watched and couldn't help but exclaim in awe, Li Sect Master has such a fast boat. ET vanished in a fee lot. Kun replied, fly, it not that simple. Harn continued to explain, this boat directly pierced the spatial barrier of the battlefield dimension. No, he didn't pierce it. Li's spatial barrier was nothing to eat, he'd simply passed straight through. Suan thought to himself about Li Divine Artifact 8 power and its ability to leave like battlefield dimension. Leaky world barrier of he battlefield dimension wasn't damaged at all, he didn't even detect that someone had left. What kind of divine artifact ID that boat, after all, Quaddy can D Sect Master take me away from like battlefield dimension too? Oh, even go to other dimensions in like lower realm. Meanwhile, Key Disciple asked, so, where did I Sect Master go? Huhan replied, perhaps E80 as Key Sect Master just said. He must have gone to Li P Star Xi. At this moment, Quan Thang Tao stood on E Sape, looking all at universe, and exclaimed, this Stark Sea isn't quite what I imagined. Quan the Enju Tao bent down and looked at VE side of IP Seep with a curious expression. Observing P planets, each of these spheres ID a world barrier, and each of these small barriers ID what 8 called 3,000 minor dimensions, isn't TT. Looking at Li large sphere in B center, he wondered, That large sphere connecting all Li worlds must be he battlefield dimension. Quenthamintu looked around, searching. So, where I do the upper realm? Sep suddenly stopped. Quench was surprised. Oh, Seep stopped. He looked vigilantly ahead. A mysterious shadow appeared and said, a junior carrying Lipestone Elephant Totem can actually pilot Ixesep a Venerable the NGC. In Teep Rate 10, Teep Rate 10 indeed. Before that shadow, Quan Tu was no different from an ant. Lai's shadow continued. Indeed, Invincible One. After Du left a land of eternity, such in Tier 10 things have become increasingly rare.